What up, there, everybody? You watching Speakeasy Sports, man? I'm excited, man. I just watched some footage of my Detroit Pistons practicing. I'm here with A. Rogie. What up, though, man?
What's up? How's it going? Glad to be here.
Man, it's going good, man. It's going good. It's the first time I've been this excited about the Pistons in a really, really long time, man.
I feel you, brother.
Did you get to watch any of that practice footage at all?
I did get to watch some of the practice footage, and honestly, I'm really impressed with the young guys out here. All you really see is hard work, and from all the reading I've been doing and everything, especially rookies like Killian, I heard Dwayne Casey came out and said Killian's already got like 3-4 blocks in practice and stuff like that. So just from the defensive standpoint, if you can start as coming into practice and you're instantly making a statement on defense, like you can't really get much better than that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I think too. I think that's what like Dwayne Casey kept like expanding on was the fact that he got those blocks like at a guard position. That's just so crazy.
It really is. It really is.
Joe Polo. I don't know if you ever checked out his channel, man. His Pistons news is hot, man, all the time.
Okay.
Man. Hey, Joe, if you want to join, man, I can shoot you the link, man. I'm gonna shoot you my Instagram. So you can message me so I can shoot you the link if you want to hop in. We're gonna say
Yeah, I mean, when you're able to block from the point guard spot, that makes you such like you're like a hybrid player, like you're like this versatile player. And then if you can get it all together on the offensive end, you're just a nuts type of player. And that's who Killian Hayes is. That's why Dwayne Casey wanted him. I mean, look at him. He's a offensive onslaught just with his 3-point making and layups and all the things he can do on offense. But then to be able to put it together on defense and to start from the defensive end, that's when you get a really good player.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of echo. You got some headphones or something like that?
Who, me?
Yeah. Well, actually,
No,
I don't anymore. It might have been me.
I actually do have headphones, yeah, but they're like Xbox game headphones. I don't know if that matters.
You're good, man. I don't hear it anymore, so you're straight.
Okay.
What the hell was I about to say? Yeah, I was watching the practice footage from today. I just put it up a little bit ago. I don't know if you got a chance to see that, but it looks like Mason Plumlee is going to be starting at center for us too.
I have a lot of people when we first signed Mason Plumlee, we were like, oh no, don't sign this guy though. And I think that's a lot to do with personality, because personality does have a lot to do with how good a player, can potentially be, but not fully, but it's all skill and work and all that stuff. But people look at Mason Plumlee and they kind of think of like a goober kind of, and like they didn't want him on our team, but really Mason Plumlee is an excellent center who's been only learning under one of the best in the game, Nikola Jokic, so when it comes, you hear Dwayne Casey talk about Mason's passing also, and apparently he's an excellent passer, just like Nikolai. So there's really a lot of upside there that people just like what's his name? The other new guy we just added. I don't know why, from the Nuggets.
Jeremiah Grant. Jeremy Grant.
Jeremiah Grant.
Jeremiah, because his name's spelled like a little funky.
Right, and he's a guy that a lot of people don't know about. And people know that, like, yeah, he did good in the playoffs. But a lot of times numbers don't speak for the full player. They really, truly don't. This is a guy that was truly on the up and up. He was only getting better and better. And his coaching staff were starting to see him as like a superstar. They were really starting to see him as the star blossoming into who he was. So that was a great, great pickup by the Pistons right there. And it just shows you that those are the kind of players we want. Those are the kind of players we want to get in here. So Mason Plumlee is also one of those players. He's also one of those players. He wasn't on the decline. He's on the up. So when you can get players who are on the up, they're learning from great young centers as Nikola Jokic. They wanted to re-sign with that team. They're great players. Yeah. We're getting players like that, and that's what's important.
Yeah, I think what got me excited too about Jeremy Grant is the fact that how far the Nuggets were able to get last year. And he was a part of that. And it's the fact that he brings that experience. Like it's a weird mixture of young players and veterans too, like younger veterans though. Like they're not like necessarily like super old or like on their way out of the league, where they could kind of help these guys like learn and stuff like that.
That's what I'm saying. They're mid-ground veterans. Like they're not on a downslope at all. These guys were on their way up, but they're like third year type guys and stuff like that. So they're great additions, really.
Shout out to Devin 99. He's tapping in. He said Killian for Rookie of the Year. And real talk, you and I were talking earlier, man. Like I don't remember the last time there was a Pistons rookie that was like named a starter. You know what I'm saying? And it feels like the rookies that are starters on day one, they become great players. You know what I'm saying?
They
Like
do.
I mean, and I maybe
We were talking about John Morant. We were
last
talking
year,
about a couple other players that you got to give those players that confidence to come in, and even if good or bad, however they do that first year, it's all about the future. If you let that kid come in and start, and it's a win-win situation. If he does bad, oh, okay, well, he can learn from it and we can look way better in the future. If he does good, he can potentially win Rookie of the Year. And it's just there's no way to lose in this situation. When you're starting a rookie and giving him that kind of confidence early, you only can win. You really can only win.
1,000%. It gives me confidence as a fan too, like and like just like what he's gonna be, like the fact that he's starting and that we've been here so damn long and he hasn't been like a starter before, like it just tells me, man. I'm playing some practice in the background while we're talking, but like,
oh yeah, awesome.
I don't know if you got to see because this is from today, I believe.
Oh,
this upload.
Oh yeah, see, I don't know if I did see this. Oh, it's so awesome seeing him out there with the guys, though.
Bro, yeah, man. It's nice to see him like scrimmaging against like the other guys too. Like you got D Rose and Killian Hayes going up because. Oh, is that still right? So who's number 20? I'm about to look that up real quick. Because I feel like we got the starting lineup.
Is that Delon Wright? Is that Delon Wright?
I think Delon Wright's 55, but I'm about to check.
Okay. I was just looking at from how he looked.
Yeah. Let's see.
Blake's looking strong.
Man, it's just good to see Blake even out there again. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Some people forget there were some injury issues.
Way too quick to kind of like count him out. He just needed to get it right. If you look, anytime that dude was healthy enough to get on the court, dude was balling. Dude was straight balling. But anytime his knees were acting up, he wasn't balling. So give him look how long the dude's been out of basketball for so long now, almost a year. So you look at him, he's going to come back. That Blake Griffin that we know and love. He really is.
Man, I'm hoping, man. I'm trying to find out who number 20 is. If anybody knows, please go ahead, comment. Let us know. Because that's what I say. I think we got the starting lineup figured out because obviously Killian's going to be at the 1. I think the question mark is the 2 because at 3, like from watching this, it looks like that's going to be Jeremy Grant. Obviously, the 4 is Blake Griffin. And the 5 looks like, again, just from watching this, is Mason Plumlee.
Well, a lot of people were a little upset that Sekou's probably not going to be starting because of Jeremy Grant. But that's actually really good because you look at someone like Derrick Rose, who's going to have to come off the bench. He's going to get a lot of playing time with Sekou because him and Sekou are going to be the ones who are going to, be the fire on the bench. So that's actually really good. I
think people got to be patient with Sekou a little bit too because like he didn't start playing basketball, I believe, until he was like 13. You know what I'm saying? So like
he really did.
He wasn't really gifted and he could be like this amazing player. But we also got like take our time in molding that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think he's like that
he's still really raw.
Yeah, we see flashes, right? But
I have heard a lot of quotes from him and from the coaching staff that he's going to come back looking like a whole different player. You won't even be able to recognize him, all this cool stuff. So hopefully that's, the truth. And he comes in looking just like a Pascal Siakam, like everyone talks about. So, that's all we can hope for.
Yeah, and shout out again to Dev99. He says Blake would be a valuable trade asset at the deadline. I do believe that, man, if he's able to stay healthy, but it depends how this team looks.
Especially if your young guys are just killing it. Right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, depending on how this team looks, though, he may fit as a keeper. We may not have to trade Blake if he's like a valuable piece to us,
Right.
Steve Oates happened, and he says, something to think about. Killian has been working on his game for 8 to 9 months since the last time people seen him play. He's gained 20 pounds of muscle, and 9 months is the longest time to work on his right. Yeah, that was a big question.
He's listed at 216 right now.
What'd you say?
He's listed at 216 pounds right now.
That's nasty.
That's nasty. To have that mobility at 216 pounds, like I thought the dude was like 190 pounds or something, just how like quick and agile he is, but
bro, this is the first footage of them running together, man. I'm sorry, watching. I'm getting excited again.
Right. Yeah, Mason Plumlee, I really truly think he's he's kind of like a glue guy. He's the thing that keeps all these egos and these talents together. So he may not be your best guy on your team, but he's a great glue guy. He's the guy, great personality, great guy in the locker room to keep this team together, keep them focused, keep them driving. Those are just the kind of guys we need.
Yeah, he's definitely like what I like about a guy like that is that they're a role player. They're not a guy who's going to try to do too much.
Unselfish, very unselfish. They want to get their guys going. They want to help the team, and it's all about winning. You need guys who just want to win. Any means necessary.
They know the role in that. You know what I'm saying? They know they're not the number one guy. So they're not going to try to do too much.
You look at a guy like Christian Wood, maybe that had something to do with it, because what do you hear from him when you hear, like, he wants to be that guy. He wants to be, he wants to run a team. He wants to make that big money. He wants to make a change. And that's good. You want to hear that from your players, but at the same time, you want someone that fits, so.
Yeah, I'm curious what's going on with him. I don't know why we didn't keep him because he is young, but maybe what I'm thinking is that obviously he plays, the 4 or 5, and we have Siaku who they're looking to get some PT. It is interesting though to see that he is like still. I gotta get the roster up, man, and see what numbers these guys are because I'm curious who number 20 is. I'm sorry, I'm watching the thing again. I see him hit that dunk, and I think that's our whoever number 20 is our answer at the 2 guard position. Should I put that back on the screen?
Yeah, put that back on the screen.
Yeah, put it back on. I'm being selfish. I'm sorry, guys. I just felt like a douchebag playing it over and over again, but like I'm just ready.
Right.
There we go.
Number 14, Lewis King. I think he's a great young prospect too. A lot of people don't know about him. He's on a 2-way contract. Sorry, say again.
Do you have the roster in front of you? Here, I can just type it in. I guess I don't know what I'm doing. Bullshit.
Yeah, here I can probably type it in too. I'll get it on my phone right here.
You're good. I'll do it now.
Okay.
Smooth, baby. Shout out to everybody who's brand new here at the Speakeasy. Officially part of the DSA, Detroit Sports Alliance, and Rogi's officially part of the Speakeasy podcast, Speakeasy Sports, man. I got to quit saying Speakeasy podcast. I do it all the time, man. But Speakeasy Sports, man, we're trying to build a collective, man.
Slides off the time.
Fans. All right, so it looks like number 20 is Josh Jackson. So Josh Jackson might be the starter.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Damn.
Josh Jackson, if you go watch that dude's highlights, he is like a superstar who only scores 10 points a game. Like the way he scores.
I think he was a lottery pick, wasn't he?
Yeah, the way he scores, man, that dude is crazy. Like he can ball. Like he can like highlights. Like it's really cool watching.
What's kind of cool about us landing him is obviously he's a Detroit guy. He's from here. But he's also he was that lottery pick, and the question about him was character issues. We're now a couple years into his career where he's maybe matured, and now he's that guy. You know what I'm saying? Now he's might be that guy for us, and we got him at a discount because of those maturity issues. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly, you can't beat that. You really can't beat that.
Ooh, Joe asked a good question. He asked if we think Jello's making a roster. What's your take on that?
I think he's obviously going to go to the G League. I think that's where he's going to be for the most part of the for at least for the first part of the season. We had what's his name talk about Blake being a trade asset at the trade deadline. So I'm thinking like with all the uncertainty coming in with Derrick Rose and Blake and the trade deadline and all that kind of stuff, I think he can be like a great 2-way contract to if we need more playmakers when all this is said and done, we have Jello Ball sitting right there, but as far as making the roster right away, I don't see it. I really don't.
I'm kind of in agreement with you. I don't know that he's gonna make the roster right away. Nothing against him, no knock on him, and like I mean, obviously, I hope he does do well because he's a big name guy and big names, really big things for our Pistons. We're constantly in the news. Guys might want to come here and play and whatnot, but it's something he's still got developing, right? Like this is his first time really against like nonstop NBA competition. I guess he did that.
It's going to be all about the defense. If he comes in here and he's just a tormentor on the defensive end, Dwayne Casey loves defense. If you can get on the defensive end and you're a guard especially, you can get some playing time. You can come off the bench or something. So that's what's, in my mind, going to really determine it because we all know he can shoot. We all know he can shoot the 3. We all know he can, he's he's Jello ball. He's a ball member. He can play offense. He can play basketball, but can you really step it up on defense and defend these NBA guards? So.
Yeah, and shout out to Steve. I think Jello has an uphill battle to make the team. Who's getting cut so Jello can make the roster? That's the question that I have.
I think Magruder.
Yeah, I can see Magruder.
Or Musa.
Yeah, someone was commenting about Musa. I think it was Steve-O. Steve-O said, yeah, Musa was a former first-round pick. Are you guys? Yeah, number 20 is Josh Jackson. Sorry, I'm just catching up on some of these comments. I was behind a little bit, bro. I like Josh Jackson at the 2. If that's the situation, because like that's a big body guy to have at that position. Shout out to my boy M Woody streaming on Twitch. He says having Killian as a starting point guard this early is wild to me, especially with Rose's production being great. I think what it is though, man, is like we've seen that these young guards can produce though. Like, I mean, I don't want to compare him to Ja Morant, right? But like, look at what he did last year. You know what I'm saying? He literally led his team almost to the playoffs. And even before then, you have my man with the Utah Jazz. I can't think of his name right now. Donovan Mitchell. We see these young guards like lead teams before. So, and the fact that like he is a starting guard over D Rose right now just tells you like he's got it. You know what I'm saying? He's got whatever it takes. Like this is the first time we've seen a rookie starter for the Pistons in a really long time, man.
Well, I was pretty and I know a lot of people don't think like this, but like I watch every single game intensively. So I got like, some fan favorites that other people might not, be so high on, but I was really high on Bruce Brown before we got rid of him. And just because of his defensive prowess, he was easily probably the best defender on our team. And that I was just butthurt for like a week after that. Like, how are we going to replace this guy? Like, what are we going to do? Like, of course we can replace him on offense. Anybody on offense can replace him. He only scored like 4 points a game through his career or whatever. But Killian Hayes, now that it's like all coming into fruition, Killian Hayes is that replacement for Bruce Brown on the defensive end. Plus he's a super offensive starter. And that's why he's going to start. And the thing is because it all starts on the defensive end. So when Dwayne Casey is evaluating his talent and he's evaluating his guards, Killian Hayes is probably the best defensive guard that we got. He truly is. We were talking earlier, he's 6'5", 216 pounds. If he can make that body work against these other guys, that's a big body against some guards, That's a tall 2 in some situations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and Devin99 says Josh Jackson's defense is great. And I think that's something I like too about guys who are super athletic or at one time like lottery picks is that like I feel like if you have the athletic build, you have the ability to be great at defense because you have something that could help make up for like skill gaps on the defensive end with the athleticism, and that's what Josh Jackson has.
Right. That's why we kept Blake Griffin and Derrick Rose is because we have a just hyper athletic team. Now, basketball knowledge and basketball IQ, we don't have one of the highest teams in the league when it comes to that statistic. But that's why we keep Blake Griffin and Derrick Rose, because if you can take a team this athletic and you can get them that IQ and get them that continuity together, it's going to be something great. And that's why we just wanted to restart and just get all these long, lengthy, versatile guys on here, just so we can actually work towards building something that we're not just always like keeping our head above water barely. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
And damn, shout out to Steve-O. Josh Jackson was the 4th overall pick. Bro, we gotta steal, bro. We gotta steal for that guy.
Yeah, Josh Jackson. Anybody go watch his highlights. It's no joke. The dude's a monster.
Yeah, I put him on like I get kicked off YouTube because of NBA clips. I guess I could put on his younger ones. But shout out to Greg Brown. He says when I'm watching those rugby videos. Shout out to all my fans, all our listeners in the UK, man. They want me to do a reaction video to rugby. I told him I'd do it. So I'm definitely down to that at some point. That was Killian going to his right. Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's why I keep running this in loops because I keep noticing new things too. Like I actually want to talk about this a little bit. I'll run the tape back and maybe when it pops up, I'll bring it up. But Isaiah Stewart kind of looked disappointed in himself a little bit. I don't know from
I was gonna say
facial expressions. Did you see that at all?
Yeah, I did when he was walking back just now.
Yeah, he's kind of like
which is good.
And like, yeah.
He's a hard on his shoulder kind of guy, really emotional. Not so much emotional, but he he holds himself accountable, so that's what's important. Yeah.
Okay. And Woody got emojis for his Twitch page now. That's what's up, man.
I think we were talking about it. One of your last videos you were kind of talking a little bit about Isaiah Stewart with somebody. I forget who. It might have been 313 JMO you were talking with.
Shouts out to him. Another member of the DSA.
Isaiah Stewart, back in college, they're like James Wiseman, all these big matchups that he sunned these dudes. Isaiah Stewart, and he never got like the respect he deserved for doing it. The dude was averaging almost 20 points a game, 10 rebounds, and he was destroying these matchups. He was absolutely killing these dudes. So he's not the fancy freaking beautiful looking scorer that the NBA wants right now, but he is rough, tough in Detroit, work hard, I will beat you in my matchup type guy. Like, yeah, he's gonna, and I've heard a couple people say it, and I fully agree. He's gonna be one of like a Detroit favorite kind of guy, and I really think he has a great chance to be like another Ben Wallace type player, where it's all just hard work, So
yeah, I think so too, man. And I don't want to put the expectations of a Ben Wallace on him. I think I heard throughout. I don't remember which channel it was, but someone maybe compared him to temper it down a little bit, compare him to Jason Maxiell, and I'm happy with that. You know what I'm saying? We got him late in the draft, so like I'm not expecting him to be a superstar, but the fact that if he's able to produce for our team and be a defensive anchor, which we're known for here in Detroit, like that's why that's what Dennis Rodman did. That's what a lot of these dudes. So like I'll be happy with that, bro. Like
that's that's you almost like you look in the draft, and he really is like you just said, he's the most Detroit player in the draft, when it comes to just like being tough and playing defense and working hard. Like that's why he got picked at 16. Right when he got picked, everyone was like, why Detroit Pistons pick this guy at 16, then pick Sadiq Bey at 19? Like it's just, like it almost didn't make sense for a second. But when you really start to think about it the way you were just thinking about it, and you really look at his physical stature and how hard he works and stuff, it's no question Detroit got their guy. That's why they picked him at 16.
So I'm looking at his lineup. It's like a small ball lineup. I'm running this video back real quick. I'm trying to see who's that five that Killian's running with right there in that clip. Hold on, let's see here. So I'm getting a little bit confused too, because you got some guys in blue, some guys in gray, but that like Killian was just in gray just now, but when you see him running in the next clip, this one, he's in blue. But see, you got Mason in blue, Killian 17, Jeremy Grant, I see him, he's number 9. Number 20, we know is Josh Jackson now. So Josh Jackson maybe at the 4. I'm trying to think. All right, I gotta look up who 17 is now.
17 with the white guy?
Was
that? Oh, sorry. No, that was 19. That was Fee. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
No, is that Magruder? That's Magruder.
Oh wow. Or Magruder. Oh yeah, I might be looking at I think that is Magruder. I'm gonna run it back real quick too, because I ran back to look at the roster. I'm just trying to like get a feel for like what the who the stars are gonna be, just like through this clip,
Well, one guy who's kind of like an unheralded guy right now, I see a little bit about him, is Delon Wright. Delon Wright, I
like him.
Yeah, Delon Wright was with the Raptors under Dwayne Casey, and he's been wanting to come to the Pistons for a couple of years now, trying to get back with Dwayne Casey, trying to reunite with him. And Dwayne Casey, I heard this like years ago. I remember it was like 2 years ago. I remember thinking, man, I really want Delon Wright, because Casey, it was like a game with the Raptors or something. Casey had nothing but praises for the guy, and the guy hit like 5 threes on us or something, but no one even talked about him. He's just one of those guys that just slides his way through the NBA, but he is a pure Dwayne Casey prodigy. Like he will himself tell you, I was developed by Dwayne Casey. Dwayne Casey will say he's one of the best guys I developed.
He's happy to be here too, from like what I heard.
So I honestly think I don't know for sure, because I think Casey really likes Fee too, but I really think he has a good chance of being our starting 2.
Yeah, yes, Fee.
Yeah, or I think Delon.
Yeah. Well, I think Delon. So I was listening to Dwayne Casey's like interview or whatever you call it from one of the media day press conferences. It sounds like Delon was like in question to be maybe the starter. It was between Killian and Delon from listening to him, and that's just because Delon had played in the system and whatnot. So he may even be the backup at the one. One of them because I forgot we got D Rose.
See, that was another lineup I really liked. Your point guards are locked up. If you got Killian as your starter, D Rose coming off the bench, and then Delon Wright as a freaking third string point guard, like that is depth right there. That's a lot of depth.
Yeah. Speaking of depth, we're gonna add one more person to our team. Shout out to my boy M Witty.
Yeah.
Building. What up, though, baby?
What's up, fellas? So check this out.
How's it going?
Good. Check out what I got in the mail today. Oh, you're not gonna be able to see it because the green screen, bro. Hold on, let me hold it back.
Looks like a dildo, though.
It is, bro. It's a Blake Griffin Funko Pop.
Oh, for real?
Oh,
I didn't know you fucking Blake Griffin like that. What's up, man?
It was on sale. So
okay.
it was on sale.
No, I'm ordering. I'm ordering like a ton of, not like a ton, but just some stuff because I'm gonna redo my my gaming setup. So I'm just gonna have some order like a Tiger Woods one and like Blake Griffin, some other ones. But I was excited about it.
Cool.
What we were talking about Delon Wright before you hopped in. I just wanted to say, the reason why I was excited about that signing is, and this is a thought I wanted to get out before I forgot it because Mike knows I'm ADD. But
yes,
bro, I was out cold with Delon Wright in 2K, bro, and that's why I was excited about Delon Wright. Like he's a long guard. I like him a lot. Yeah. That's the 2K.
He really is. Like you said, his physicals are really good. Long guard, freaking can dunk it, can put it on the floor, can shoot it. He can play defense. He's just a great guard.
And he's coming off the bench, like shout out to 799 again. He says, "What do you guys think our bench lineup is going to look like?"
Ooh.
What do you think, Mike?
I think we have a lot of similar players coming off the bench, so it's going to be tough. I think we're going to have a lot of interchangeable pieces. So I think it'll be interesting, but I mean, it really depends how Siku develops. I think this training camp because he was so wishy-washy last year, and I don't know if it was because of the injury or whatever it was, or he's just still getting acclimated. It's gonna be interesting. Sadiq Bey, obviously, they're kind of interchangeable between Siku and him. Wayne Ellington, I'm assuming, is going to come in and start. I would hope at least just for a 3-point presence. It's gonna be weird. This training camp is gonna be difficult. So obviously, I mean, as it stands right now, Derrick Rose is gonna be our sixth man, our point guard, probably the first guy in, I would assume. I mean, Josh Jackson potentially, Isaiah Stewart potentially, Rodney McGruder potentially off the bench. So it really depends. We're a lot deeper bench wise than we are starter wise.
Yeah, for sure.
We have a pretty deep, decent roster. And in my eyes, the only person that we know is a for sure starter is Blake and probably Jeremy Grant at 3 and 4. I don't know though. This season, so it's gonna be so weird to me just because, like I said, I mean Jalil and Mason, we have. It's weird. It's gonna be weird. I honestly have no idea how to answer that question.
Yeah. What do you think? Hey, Rogie.
I think we're gonna have a lot of depth. He kind of touched on our bench, and like he said, there's gonna be a lot of similar guys. So it's gonna. I think our bench is gonna have a lot to fight for. There's gonna be a lot of guys on there who are trying to get minutes, who are trying to prove themselves, who are trying to show that they still belong in the league or they want to be in the league from the start. But I really think our bench from the past 2 years is going to be one of the strongest bench we've had in the past at least freaking couple of years here, because like I said, it's just all so different. There's no one that's kind of stuck over from last year that's just kind of just here because they're here. Everyone's here trying to earn minutes. Everyone on the team is fresh to the team, trying to get minutes. So I think that's going to do a lot of good for the bench players and the play of the bench in general. I think we're going to give a couple teams some fits when it comes to getting on the bench. But then I think all that bench play is going to maybe define some new starters because, like you said, I don't think all the starters are too locked up right now.
Yeah, that's why I like too. I feel like what I like about the bench is that there's a lot of the it's questionable. We don't know who at the team, right? So a lot of these guys are changeable that can be starters. So it kind of shows to the talent that we have coming off the bench. And as Pistons fans, I think one of the reasons we're so damn excited is on a 15-man roster, these are 12 new faces we've never seen on our team before. I mean, Wayne Ellington was here prior, but
Briefly,
we haven't seen the guys together. So I think it's really, really easy for us to be excited. And plus, bro, Troy Weaver's just active as hell in the draft and just on the phones. Like, he's a G, just gives us like a little confidence, something new for us, man. I'm super excited.
I mean, one thing that's for sure is like Mason and Isaiah will probably split time like 20 minutes apiece. And then we have Blake that for sure is going to get like bulk of starting time. But I think other than that, it's like totally up in the air. Like LiAngelo could come in and just be the best ball brother out of them all. We don't even know, just because he doesn't have a lot of tape. I mean, he had a really terrible season last year overseas, like really bad, like shooting wise. But like we really have no idea what's gonna. Josh Jackson can get out of his slump because he was a stud in college. I mean, we really don't know. Anthony Lamb could be a great player.
So many people excited.
Yeah, it's weird, man.
Steve says Bruce Brown's a good player, but competition is tough in the NBA. If a team can upgrade, they got to move on from 100%, man. That's why I was saying, like, when people were upset about, like, you saying you were upset about the Bruce Brown trade. I wasn't, because he wasn't like the best. He wasn't like a great player. You know what I'm saying? So I'm okay with moving from guys that are okay. The one guy that I was nervous about, Christian Wood, he might be better than okay. We don't know yet.
Right. Christian Wood could dunk anything. That's the more I watched it, I was like, damn, this dude just can dunk anything. Like, literally, that like if he couldn't make a three, he was like, I'm just gonna go dunk over everybody. Fucking.
No, I see him. He's going ham.
Right.
But corny as fuck. Anyway, all right, he's gonna be the best role player on the roster. I could see that for sure, especially because he played in the system before. Like, he knows expectations and what Dwayne Casey wants.
Yeah. Delon Wright's a pretty good player. Pretty solid.
I could see Ellington as a star just because. I mean, it depends how the team works out. Like, if we need a shooter, I mean, look at Miami Heat. You know what I'm saying? They got shooters.
I think he'll start. I think he'll start as the season goes on, just to have that offensive firepower, because he's kind of like a Luke Kennard. Like he's a like shaky defender, but he can score. He can score at will almost.
Yeah. Steve-O says, I think Svi or Jackson are going to start at shooting guard. I didn't really see Murray in that clip. Did you guys see him?
I didn't hear what you said, Danny. You cut out.
Oh, you're good. Steve-O says, I think Svi or Jackson are going to start at shooting guard. But watching the clip, the practice clip today, I don't really see Svi in there. I mean, at least he didn't catch my eye.
I don't see Svi getting too much playing time like early on in the season.
Yeah. Shout out to Don Burr, a.k.a. Matt Patricia's burner account. He's always hopping on the page. We're talking Detroit Lions. He says, hire Matty Patricia for assistant coach.
Yeah, okay.
I read that Bob Quinn as GM for positions. That's crazy. This has got to be like a troll account or something, man.
Yeah.
There's no way you're saying that.
He's smoking that good shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Don Burr smoking that good. Steve was 6'10" now. He grew a couple inches. That's crazy, man. Yeah, does that make you guys nervous at all that Siakam isn't a starter?
No.
No. I think he can learn a lot coming off the bench. I think he still can learn a lot coming off the bench, and he can learn a lot about his own game from Jeremy Grant. I think he can really observe him and use him as a mentor along with Blake and along with some of these other guys, and just kind of really take that opportunity off the bench. And if he comes off the bench looking like a superstar, then he looks like a superstar. He'll probably end up starting at some point through the season, but we gotta acclimate this guy more than he already is.
We need to get him to build up some confidence too, because he just doesn't likes confidence.
And that's what I was talking to you about, Easy, earlier, is confidence is everything. That's why they want to start Sekou so early. So even if it's not this year, next year, this guy was a starter his rookie year. He's going to get more confidence, so you want to keep it like that.
Devin99 taps in with his starting lineup. He has Killian at the 1, Josh Jackson at the 2, Jeremy Grant at the 3, Blake Griffin at the 4, and Plumlee at the 5. The bench, obviously, Rose, Svi, Sadiq Bey. That's a name we didn't even talk about yet, bro. I'm so excited for this team, man. Sadiq Bey, Siakam, and Okafor at the 4, or Stewart at the 5. Yeah, that's I wouldn't be surprised if we see Isaiah Stewart in Grand Rapids for a little bit before he actually we see him on the, you know what I'm saying, like on the actual Pistons court. And no discredit to what we seen him do, but I mean, looking at the clip, he kind of looked disappointed, and maybe he's got some things to learn. It is a big step in talent.
I can see Josh Jackson getting bumped down just because his attitude and his history in the NBA. Like, unless he can just come in here with a fresh head and come in here and ball like we know we can. I mean, I don't know. That's a name that I would look out for as somebody we move down or trade midseason just because he's just not a good person.
Damn,
Like he can play. He
cut you off in traffic or something, bro.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Dwayne Casey's like a coach him up or coach him out kind of coach. And if he's not going to coach up Josh Jackson, I just don't see him staying in Detroit too long.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll see the best because he won that position before. Like he did get bumped down to G League, and I think he wants to make the most of his second, not really second chance because he did play at Memphis afterward, but he's in his hometown team, man. He's got to give it his best.
Yeah.
Marcus Fisher says he thinks his team can make the playoffs. Is he smoking with Don Burr or what? Do you guys think it's a possibility?
I mean, we made the playoffs with a lesser team.
Dude, hold on. This guy Don Burr, this comment just came in. He says, I think you put Josh Jackson at center and Okafor at point guard.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even say, see, look. I'd rather have Rag now at the center.
This guy is funny, man.
Yeah, it's funny.
I don't know. That starting lineup that somebody posted was there. I think Jeremy Grant's gonna start. Jeremy Grant's a stud. Blake Griffin obviously. Mason Plumlee will start. It's just like the 1 and 2 are weird to me. I don't know.
I like that starting lineup a lot too. I think that 2 spots obviously pretty interchangeable.
Or we go Rose Killian. I wouldn't mind seeing Killian at 2. He's a big body.
That what you just said might actually give you your best starting lineup. If you really are looking at best starting lineup wise, you might be best with Derrick Rose and Killian at the 2. You're right.
Yeah, it's I mean, listen to Dwayne Casey. Kind of sound like Derrick wants to come off the bench almost. It was weird.
I could see him being a really good Lou Williams type player where you come in and
25 minutes off the bench.
Yeah.
Sioku is not better than
it's
Eric.
Not really a bench player. You're still a starter. You're making sure the game's still going and people aren't getting slacked out there,
Steve-O says I hope Okafor steps up and wins the starting spot at center.
Not a chance.
I've been seeing a lot of little videos about Okafor. He's looking healthy. He's looking good. His three's looking better. You never know.
He can ball on the offensive end, but he's not there defensively. He's too slow.
Well, the one thing I can't see happening, if I can't see Okafor starting that way when Blake's off the floor, Mason's on the floor to kind of run and facilitate defensively and just be there for the presence. That's the only way I can see it happening, just because we won't have that leadership on the floor when Blake's off the floor, unless D Rose is coming off the bench for certain and he's on the floor when Blake's not on the floor.
Right. That's what it kind of sounds like to me. Is it's either going to be always Blake on the floor or always D Rose on the floor. One of them is always going to kind of be out there leading the squad.
That makes sense. That would make total sense. Both guys with playoff experience, been with winning teams, and I can say organizations. We struck gold with Weaver, and it shows. There's so many chances that may turn out to be great on our team. Hayes, future superstar. Lee looks like Morant. Bay look fierce, and Stewart is a hidden gem. I agree on almost all that. Yeah. No,
this is the best draft I've ever remembered ever.
Yeah,
that we've had.
I totally agree.
1,000%. Like I said,
there's not one player where I'm usually there's what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? And then they just draft some random guy, and I'm just what's happening? All these guys have are very, very were very, very talented in college, and we've never really had that for certain. You know what I mean? We've never really had the stud
projects.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or the European guys that did well against guys that are mine and 5'10" and are fucking pizza chefs on the side. So we haven't had people that have balled out because who played together? Who played on the same team in college? Was it Sadiq Bey and Killian Hayes?
No.
Who went to Purdue that we drafted?
Who played together or against each other in France?
Oh yeah, Killian
Sekou and what's his name are from the same league. Sekou and Killian.
We drafted. Was it? Where did Isaiah Stewart go? Did he go to Purdue?
Vanderbilt, I think.
Vanderbilt.
I'm not sure off the top of my head.
We drafted.
I think that was actually Sabin Lee that went to Vanderbilt.
Okay.
Oh no! Isaiah Stewart went to Washington. I thought we drafted 2 guys that went to the same school that both averaged 17 and 19 points. I could be completely mistaken though.
I mean, they're new, so we don't know.
I don't know.
What was I gonna say?
Yeah, Stewart went to Washington.
Mario Washington, Stewart, and Jackson ain't seeing G League. Yeah, I think Stewart may see the G League just because of how young he was. And like I said, if you were here earlier, Mario, we were playing the practice clip that I posted not that long ago. I could play it again actually. And I don't know, just there was some looked like he was having some frustrations there. If you just like look at his face.
If Stewart goes to the G League, I think it'll be more like a Sekou type thing where he's not there long.
It's not a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
no.
He's a young guy.
You can go there. You don't get all the pressure of being in an NBA game and ended up on Sports Center, and you can really acclimate yourself. That's what's good about it, you know.
Joe Polo 10 same team as Mike. He says Plumlee's underrated, a talented passer. Actually, that's so funny. I said as I said that he was showing. I think it was Stewart right there, like a passing motion. Let's see. I'm running it back real quick.
That's what I was saying. It was a point of emphasis in Denver that their centers pass. You look at Nikolai, you know what I'm saying? So he's a Plumlee. He comes from a basketball family, so basketball is his life. He understands the ins and outs of, you know, getting his players going and stuff like that. But he really that thing that really stands out to me is the fact that he was the number 2 under Nikolai. Nikolai is one of the best passing. He is probably the best passing center in the league.
Oh yeah, hands down. Yeah.
He's not the best passing center. He's just one of the best passers.
Yeah, and Mason's definitely the most talented Plumlee too, which is great.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Steve said, I heard a lot of YouTubers diss the Pistons offseason moves, but I think Weaver killed it rebuilding this team and shortened offseason. He really did. I think so, man. I don't think I could diss that shit, man. Like he was in the first round 3 times, and like the shit he gave up. Like at one point, I think we drafted Sadiq Bey. No, it wasn't Sadiq Bey. It was Stewart. It was like future draft considerations. It was like, that's literally nothing. You know what I'm
saying? I was losing it. You're right. I was losing it because normally it's like we're losing so much. We're giving these people so much. We don't have picks for years and all this crazy stuff. But Trey Weaver was getting picks for nothing. I was like, damn, this is what the good teams do. This is what the good teams do. And to enter the night with 1 draft pick and leave with 4.
It's huge.
That's huge. Yeah, I was literally so happy that draft day because I was like, I was like, oh, here comes another Detroit Pistons draft. Blah blah blah. We'll get 1 guy and hope he saves our freaking franchise. But when we got 4 guys and it's just looking like a whole new outlook, I was ecstatic.
I think a lot of people were confused and kind of thrown off at the signings more than anything. Like a lot of people question the Mason signing. The large contract, was it like 4 years, $78 million or something? Like that's literally like we're paying for priceless like leadership and priceless like developmental skills. He's gonna give it to Isaiah Stewart and like other bigs like Jalil still needs a lot of mentoring, and that's what we're paying for. So like I understood that signing and why we did it because we needed it. And you know, as a new GM, you're gonna want those guys on your team, the good character guys, the morale builders, that kind of stuff. So like that made sense. The Wayne Ellington thing, I thought it made sense completely just because he can hoop. He's he can put up 25.
I feel like we barely paid the guy. Yeah. You know
basically it's good value, you know.
What did we give him, like $2 million or something?
I think it was close to a veteran's minimum. So it wasn't a lot of money. Jeremy Grant was a great signing. Like I thought Jeremy Grant is a very, very solid all around. He's long.
His team wanted him back for the same price.
Exactly. So it didn't make any sense for us to not go after that. So like all in all, this is probably the best with the draft included. This is probably the best off season we've ever seen, other than unloading. I mean, it wasn't the off season, but unloading Reggie and Andre. If we could have gotten rid of Blake for some picks, that would have been phenomenal too, just for, you know, cap purposes. But like I'm overall as a Pistons fan, like this has been. I mean, I'm not like crazy excited about this season, thinking we're gonna, you know, finish high. I mean, we might chase like a 7th or 8th seed, but I'm fine with that for now. It's, you know, rebuilding. Obviously, you have to set the expectation. It's going to take a few years, but you know, I'm here for the ride. So,
right, it's gonna be fun just watching these guys. I mean, even last year, I was like drooling and fiending just to see a little bit of Sekou action, or see Jordan Bone in a game, or you know, see Lewis Keane come up from the G League or something. And I swear, we got so little of it. It was like, what are we doing with these guys? And then it made so much sense when we just traded off like Jordan Bone and stuff like that, because we didn't even develop them. We didn't give them any chance. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really looking forward to see the coaching staff this year and how if they stick to their word and really let these young guys play, because that's what we all really want to see. I feel like a lot more people would rather see that than even see us win. Like I just want to see these young guys develop so we have a good future here in Detroit.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm excited for. I'm not necessarily like making a claim that we're going to like make the playoffs this year or like win a championship like right away. But I think what I'm excited for is the future because we see like some potential in the pieces we grabbed. And like, when's the last time we felt that in a Detroit Pistons draft? You know what I'm saying? Like, just like we all said. And I'm excited for the future too with Troy Weaver, like a guy who's like willing to make moves and like get rid of a guy like Luke Kennard, you know, who like some people may want to sit on forever, but like if it's not working, it's not working. It's time to move on. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, you know what I'm saying? Got something back for him. Got another shooter to replace him with Saddiq Bey. You know, like I'm just excited for our future, you know?
I really do think Svi and Luke were very similar players. Svi went to the Rising Stars game last year, and so he's a really developing young player, and I think they kind of seen a lot of Luke in Svi. So I think that was one of like the also other reasons like why we have two of these guys. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know.
I'm behind here in the comments a little bit, so I'll get caught up a little bit. Devin99 says the only reason he wants Blake traded at the deadline is so because Siakam needs to start. But I think if Siakam was good enough to be the starter, he'd be in that starting lineup right now, right? Like,
yeah, he'd have a lot more like rotations for sure.
Yeah,
he just really needs to just keep working on his basketball, just his handling, his dribbling, his shooting, because he's a physical freak. If you look at that guy, I mean, he's crazy. If he can actually just get his basketball IQ up and just get his actual basketball prowess up, he can eventually be a starter. But as of right now, I just see him coming off the bench as a physical freak.
Yeah, then I was delayed on the comments a little bit. Shout out to Tamara who tapped in. She said, Rose and Blake both healthy. They should be worried this year. Like everybody else, they should be. This comment's pretty funny. Sean Jennings says, do you think Plumlee will be like Lambeer?
Today's NBA.
Yeah. he don't shoot. Lambeer used to actually pop little threes. I know not too many people know that. Stewart went to Washington. Please play it, bro. Oh, yeah. We were talking about the little – if you watch this clip, it looks like at certain points that there's some disappointment there in Isaiah Stewart's face. I think that's what Mario's referring to because, again, I'm behind these comments, guys. I apologize. Let me see if maybe there's one coming up here.
Could just be tired.
He could just be tired. He's like, look, okay, yeah, I understand. Well, yeah, maybe just learning too. I mean, that's how you like react when people are telling you shit. Killian is very good. I played against him in France. Quit playing, Alexis. Alexis, if you played against him in France, man,
let's see the tapes.
Let's see the tapes. That's what I'm saying. I'm a comment my Instagram, man. Send us the tapes or come on. Let's see.
I like to read like a lot of like that like the French media and stuff, and I kind of went way back to kind of see like what their point of view on Killian was, and like to them, like I was talking to you a little bit easy earlier, like this guy to them is like the point god, like he is the Chris Paul over there in France. You know what I'm saying? Like he's tough, he's defensive minded, he can shoot threes, he can step back like Harden, he can like to them this guy is just next level.
Yeah, and
I was reading a couple of things, and a couple of French reporters and stuff like that are just in shock and awe that a guy this good in their league ends up being the 7th pick in our league. You know what I mean? Because in their league, there would have been no question he's the first pick, first overall. You know what I mean? But in the NBA, he's still all the way down at the 7th pick. You know, it's kind of crazy.
There were some draft boards. This draft was so weird like that because there were some draft boards that had him number 1. Like I think. Kevin O'Connor from the Ringer had him as like the number 1 overall like player in this draft. This draft was so
seen that.
I don't want to say weak, but it was just
there was also a couple drafts that had him as low as like 22.
That's crazy.
The thing about this draft is like since the college season, you know, was canceled, we didn't really see like any of these people like perform, and a lot of people opted out.
Right.
A lot of people entered the draft early, so like a lot of these players are probably undeveloped. That's why I think it wasn't that exciting. Like, there was probably in the first round, there's probably a handful of players that are like ready to go that probably went a little late, in my opinion, just because of what happened in the season. Like I thought Cassius was a top 20 player. I mean, I thought he should have went super early. One of the best point guards in the country. He went, I think, late second round.
Just Tyrese Halliburton or whatever.
Yeah. Just because people were taking chances on guys that have like promised attributes or whatever, but haven't really like done anything.
Like the Bulls' 4th pick.
Yeah. Like we're just, I guess if you throw enough shit at the wall, one's bound to stick. But I think that's the kind of what happened this year. There wasn't really any promise in a lot of these players. But Killian Hayes at number 1 is crazy.
It's easy just to take your guy. When there's no promise in all these other players, it's easy to not take the best guy on the board because you don't know truly who's the best guy on the board. So then you can just evaluate a guy and really try to find a guy who fits your scheme. And I'm hoping that's what the Pistons did here with Killian, and that's why they were no doubt they were getting Killian there. So
here's a comment that I want to talk about real quick. He says, DJ Temptation, shout out to you for watching him. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe. But he says, so how long is Rose going to be on the bench? Now, I feel like that may be his role going forward throughout his career. Like, I know he's a former MVP. He still is great. He scored 50 last year. He still dropped 50 for us, but I think that may be his role going forward. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean,
that was 2 years ago. That when he was on the Timberwolves,
he scored 50 for Detroit too. I thought, didn't he?
No, he dropped.
Oh, did he?
This year. No, he didn't score 50 then.
Oh no, you guys can maybe look it up.
Yeah, I was gonna say last time he dropped 50 was for the Timberwolves, and he ended up winning NBA Moment of the Year for that.
Yeah, which it was too. That shit was dope.
Right.
I'm look it up real quick. By the way, too, while I'm looking this up, the last thing I looked up was Mason Plumlee's contract at $8 million a year, like on the average salary. That's not that bad.
It's not bad at all.
Remember how much?
That's not bad. That's below an average, really good center.
Yeah, man, it really is. Like that's if not double digits, that's in any league that's good, and even in NFL, which the salaries are way lower, than NBA leagues. That's not a high contract at all.
No. People are just mad because they seen the 25 mil, but that's over 3 years.
Yeah, they just saw the high money.
That ain't shit. I got that in my fucking couch right now.
I'm looking at Derrick Rose's games from last year.
Got Mason Plumlee in my couch right now.
Simple.
Yeah,
you ain't it was like, it was Halloween. That's my son's birthday. Last time he scored 50. At least that's the one that popped up on Google.
That's your son's birthday, Halloween?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, October birthday is mine's the 19th.
That was on the Timberwolves though. Yeah, that was against Utah. That was on Minnesota.
Rose, Grant, Blake, J Hill, Plum should be starting. I don't really like that one, man. You got Jaleel and Plum starting.
Big lineup.
That's a really huge big lineup, my guy.
That's a big slow lineup.
Comes off the bench.
Yes, Stewart plays the one off the bench. Believe it or not, guys, but I always thought Svi was better than Kennard. For real. He's taller and can attack the rim. Also, his shot wet too.
I don't know, man. Luke was true. I don't know. I love Luke from a shooting perspective because he just he could be 0 for 11 and he's still gonna fire off shots.
Yeah,
that's what shooters do.
Shooters gonna shoot.
Like
Cool
Svi's passing Luke first. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Like Svi's not pulling up and shooting, but
remember our guy Alexis earlier.
I think he's gonna have a lot more of a shooter's mentality this year. Luke.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think Svi really is a shooter, and I think we're going to see a lot more of it this year.
Update on Alexis, who said he played against Killian in high school or whenever. He said it was on the playground. He was 16. So, I mean, I guess.
That's possible. He was there when he was 16, so.
Yeah. We got 3 picks in draft without trading. What? He did trade. Mario, that's a fact.
Yeah.
He's so smooth. He must be talking about me. Only person I didn't want to draft was Halliburton. I'm still high on Halliburton, though. He still might be okay. We retraded 3 picks this draft without getting rid of D Rose or Blake. That is very true. Yeah, that's a good point. The Pistons still got their best assets for the trade deadline, bro. We really do. I'll be right back, guys. You guys go ahead and talk. I gotta go grab these babies.
Yeah, you gotta poop or something.
Go ahead, brother.
Here, I'll facilitate these comments real quick. Let's see what we got.
Oh, cool.
All right. Killian's development and growth is going to be part of Rose's legacy. It has to be, but I don't know, man. I've never seen Derrick Rose as like a crazy big mentor. He's kind of quiet. So hopefully they just develop a really good relationship and he can do that for us. That'd be huge.
Right. D Rose kind of reminds me of like a Kawhi Leonard type attitude, where it's just like you're quiet and you're introverted a little bit.
Yeah.
And you even go back to Kawhi Leonard's day on the Spurs. Popovich used to say he's not a leader. No, he's not a leader. So that kind of timid attitude isn't really a leader's attitude. I agree with you, but we'll see how that goes next year because he is an MVP though. So.
I mean, Derrick Rose definitely shows more emotion.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
We don't know how he is. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Post game interview. So we got Killian at 1, Delon Wright 2, Jeremy Grant 3, Blake 4, Plumlee 5. That wouldn't be a terrible lineup. Delon Wright's a good solid player. Jeremy Grant, solid player. It's just going to be interesting. I think the only thing that's for certain is Blake is starting. I think that's really the only thing. And Jeremy Grant, I think them at 3 and 4. And depending on how Isaiah comes in out of training camp, he might be starting. Mason might mentor off the bench. Who knows?
Based on the information we've received, like out of like training camp and from Dwayne Casey and stuff, that doesn't seem too far fetched for me as a starting lineup.
Yeah, no, for sure. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I've been like kind of looking on Twitter, and some like the Piston, like not like the the official ones, but
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The lineup I've been seeing a lot is Killian Hayes, Fee, Jeremy Grant, Blake Griffin, and Mason Plumlee.
Right.
I've been seeing that lineup a lot, but who knows? I mean, I think Troy Weaver's going to have a lot of say in what goes on. I don't think Dwayne Casey's going to have that much. I mean, of course, he's the head coach, but I think Troy Weaver is going to be in his ear telling him, I drafted. This is the reason why I drafted this way. This is what we're going to do, type of thing.
Right.
So
I really hope they give Saban Lee a good chance to really develop.
We'll see. We have 20 guys coming into training camp, so it'll be interesting seeing who comes out of it.
Right.
I think Rose is embracing being a veteran, showing the young guys the way. I hope that's the case. I really do, just because he's such a talented player. Like, unfortunately, obviously, he's had injuries his whole career. I mean, he's a Hall of Fame caliber player and always has been and always will be. So hopefully he can, coach and teach and, I don't know. I haven't seen it from him. It's gonna be interesting. C. Gerald Rose said he was embracing it in his interview. Said he would have been doing it, but he was hurt and the new guy before. That makes sense. Like, you don't want to come on to a new team the first year and take over, and so that makes sense. So hopefully he's happy here and wants to continue to build with us.
And I mean, at the start of last year, I don't think anybody knew that this was going to happen. We were kind of hoping for Dre to actually do good and stay on the team, and so we didn't know.
All right. Dolo Dynamite. We got Killian at 1, Josh Jackson at 2, Jeremy Grant at 3, Blake Griffin at 4, Jahlil Okafor at 5. I would love to see the college Josh Jackson join our team and the college Jahlil Okafor join our team from a skill set. We would be a top 5 team in the East if we had that. I don't think it's going to happen just because neither of those guys are like positive-minded individuals. They both, when they get coached down, they both, hang their head and they're mentally checked out the rest of the game. So if they can somehow figure that shit out, then sure. But until then, we'll hold off on those guys, in my opinion.
I do like Okafor. I think he has a lot of upside to him. He's not there yet. We don't know, but he does have a lot of upside.
Oh, he's a big body. He's got huge hands. He can score. Right. I think he's just lazy. I don't think he works on his craft in the offseason as much.
I agree. But you look at the people he's worked behind. He was a second center to freaking Anthony Davis at one point. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. So he really hasn't had too much time to shine,
right?
Or really to show. I mean, he does get some PT, but it was limited behind AD for sure.
Right.
Steve-O said from what I've seen. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, and then his next year, he's freaking essentially a mentor to Zion, so.
Exactly. Yeah, he hasn't had a fair shot. I mean,
right.
I think he'll probably average the most playing time this year in his whole career.
Right, I agree. I feel like we got a lot of guys like that who are going to average their most playing time this year.
Oh, 100%. So it'll be interesting to see. Hopefully people can, not to sound cliche, but, spread their wings and actually fall into something that they can be.
I think that's what our whole team this year is based off, is just hope and just developing these guys who truly didn't get a shot. I think we're gonna really have a feeling of like just Detroit has a chip on his shoulder this year, because there's gonna be a lot of guys who are just like trying to prove something.
Oh, 100%. Steve-O says, from what I've seen from Casey, he uses playing time to get his point across to guys that aren't listening to him. 100%. I agree. If you're being a pain in the ass in practice or whatever the case is, like you're not getting playing time, it's a little elementary, but you know, it if that works for him and that works for the players, then I think that works as well. It's kind of like a timeout type thing. I don't know.
Agree.
We'll see what happens. Danny, you're an idiot. Josh Holm, for real, we will see something new with him. Breakout year. Let's hope so. Like, he has all the potential. He has the potential to be a 20 to 25 point. I mean, he's going to have to shoot the ball probably 10, 12 times a game to get there. But, you know, if that's what it is, that's what it is. I mean, what do you think about that?
I really do think he has a great chance to do something special here. I think it comes all back to what you said, man. If it's attitude. If he can get his attitude together and he can really listen to Dwayne Casey, because you see all these developmental guys who say, man, Dwayne Casey knows his shit, man. If you just listen to him and you really let him develop you, I think he has a really good chance. You look at someone, obviously everyone talks about Pascal Siakam and stuff like that, but you look at these guys, they have nothing but the utmost respect for the way Dwayne Casey develops and teaches. So if he really harkens to Dwayne Casey, I think he has a great chance to actually be a great offensive threat and defensive threat.
100%. I agree. Dev99 says, what do you guys want for Blake at the deadline? That's a difficult question to ask.
I would say
it depends. Obviously, we would want some sort of picks, but I would love a decent player in return. Obviously, for getting rid of a top 10 point power forward in the league, I think we should obviously get a decent player in return.
Right.
So I think it depends on how the season's going and how other people are progressing and that kind of stuff. But
see, it would have been good. I think, like, if we can use a player as like a ranking system here, I think it would have been good to have traded like a Jeremy Grant type player for a Blake Griffin and maybe a first round pick or a second round pick or something like that. I think that we would have got what we wanted, because then you get a young player who's on the up and up, who plays kind of similar. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the kind of player we needed.
I'm all for that. A player and a pick is solid as long as it's somebody who produces.
Right.
You can't just trade for a bench player that averages 10 minutes and 3 points a game,
who ends up not on your team.
Exactly. Yeah.
The Detroit Lions way.
Yeah, exactly. C. Gerald said they're going to put together a defensive second team, like going to work hard, no rest for the other team starters. Like, you mean off the bench, like defensive team off the bench? I don't know what you necessarily mean by that.
I think he's saying like a all NBA team, like a NBA second team. I don't know what he's saying there.
Second team. He commented again and said maybe not just like it, but that idea. Recomment and see what you mean.
I think he's just saying we're gonna have a really defensive minded team. And yeah, I agree. We
can't have that. We just got to have all the have that. We have some really long players on our team. Like Blake isn't the longest player, but he's great.
He's a pit bull.
Yeah. Like Jalil's super lengthy. Mason's a big guy. Killian's a big guy. Siku's a long guy. So, Joe said Jalil did average 17 his rookie year. He's just lazy and couldn't adapt to today's game. So. I think a lot of it came to ego. Like, he came in, averaged 17 his rookie year, and then got benched like the next 2 years. So I think it was more of a pride thing, and he never came out of it personally. And
right.
Yeah, he is lazy for sure. Because if I was averaging 17 and then never saw the starting, I mean, the only time he's ever starting is if there's an injury, which is unfortunate. But I mean, if I was averaging 17 as a rookie and then I get benched and never see this, starting lineup again, based on skill, then I'd be pretty upset too, I think, personally.
You got to have that like Christian Wood type attitude. The dude was undrafted. He played under all these players. He didn't get any time in New Orleans. He didn't get any time in any of these other places. But the second he does get his chance, he comes out there, he works his ass off, and then he gets a freaking huge contract over in Houston. You know, you got to just have that work ethic to just say, I don't care where I am, what I'm doing, bench I'm coming off, you just got to go out there and work your ass off.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, because Jalil was getting that time and then what year did Embiid get drafted? 2015? Same year, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, both of them on the team, it's kind of hard. Joel was injured, so that's really the reason why he was starting. And then Jalil got benched when Joel came back. So, I think that's what happened. Detroit Drew, what's good? What's good, brother? I love your emote there. It's pretty dope. He held Siakam back. Who held Siku or Siakam?
He held Siakam back though. Who? Dwayne Casey?
Oh yeah, I think that's
what he's talking about.
Yeah, he's gonna be referring to. I don't think so. I think at that time the team was just so full of talent, and then once DeMar left, then Siakam, then Pascal kind of flourished. In my opinion,
I think you can say Dwayne Casey held the team back as a whole because he was more focused on developing the young players than he was winning. So, but I don't think he held Siakam back at all. I think I've heard plenty of interviews where Siakam gives a lot of praise to Dwayne Casey for developing him. Oh yeah, for sure, brother. All right, let's see here. It looks like it's my turn to start clicking on these comments here. What's up, everybody? I'm A. Rogi. If you didn't know, I'm brand new to the Speakeasy site. Easy is actually my cousin. Yeah, we're fam here. So today's my first time live. So let's get these comments going. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out. Oh, there we go. That's Speakeasy Sports saying, what up, Drew? We got my guy saying, our bench, Washington. Let's see here. Here, I'll show this one real quick. Jalil looks like he transformed his body and has developed a three-point shot. Struggling to get playing time scared him into working on his game. True, yeah. No, I've been watching those same videos, bud. His three-point shot's looking way better. I think those videos were pretty honest, too, because you see him missing a couple, too, so you know he's actually really out there working on his game right now. So it's not just, But let's see what else we got here. Oh, man,
Oh, no. Did we lose him? I think we lost him because we all kind of like got the same login. And I think when I hopped on just now, I just kicked him off. I'm not 100% sure. Hopefully he comes back. What up there, everybody? I will pick up on these comments, man. Yeah, guys, I just want to go live, man. I seen the practice footage, and I just got fucking excited, bro. I mean, I can't help but to get excited. We got 12 new faces on a 15-man roster, and it's just we don't know what they're gonna look like, and it's our first glimpse at who we have and what they're gonna be. So I definitely wanted to get that going. I'm gonna play it back to you real quick while I'm talking, because I didn't even take the time to I watched it twice and then I went live. Like that's how excited I was. Let me see. I think A. Rogi's having some issues here. He'll come back though. He's coming back. Killian against D Rose. Okay, to the big man. You know what I think I'm most excited about too? I'm not most excited about this, but I am excited the fact that these guys haven't played basketball in so long, bro. So we're really about to see the best, not the best, maybe they're rusty, right? But the competitively, they're super, super, super fucking pumped, man. Shout out to Joe Polo. If you guys haven't subscribed to him, make sure you do. He's popping off with the Pistons videos, man. I actually was watching one video where he said he was tired of doing Pistons videos. I think it's because he's trying to cover out the whole NBA, but hey, Pistons fans, where it's at, man. We're always here. So, shout out to Joe Polo. Check out his channel for sure too. Jalil looks like he transformed his body. He's developed a three-point shot, struggling to get playing time, scared him into working on his game. I think he's always been I didn't get to speak on this. I know you read that earlier, but I think he's always been offensively there. But I think his body, like you said, wasn't NBA. He's just kind of slow. It is what it is. Obviously faster than me. I mean, I don't know if he's faster than me, to be honest with you guys, but he's kind of slow. And he doesn't really play defense. Geez, like going to work Pistons, Lindsey, Mike James, all of them. Yeah, man. Shout out to C. Gerald. If you guys haven't, please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, man. For sure, the subscribe button we can use to support, man. It means a lot to us. And real quick, let me see what else we got here. Jalil better work hard, or Stewart going to destroy him in practice. Take his minutes. I think Stewart has some work to do. I think he's got to develop a little bit. Just from watching these clips again, like I said, at points to me, he looked maybe disappointed in himself, or just like he was just like he's taking a lot in, and it's a big step, man. Like, what's the first thing we hear about these guys when they go pro? They say the speed of the game is different. It is truly a whole other level. But with that being said, Isaiah Stewart, watching his tape, shout out to Dad99 if you guys haven't seen it. He put up his highlights from college. The dude's a bully, bro. And I could see him taking some minutes if he finally develops on the NBA side, man. Casey held Siakam back. Devin, man, I think you, my man J-Mo, shout out to him, man, 313 J-Mo. I think y'all just a little overhyped on Siakam, man. This guy didn't start playing the game until he was 13. He's got to develop. We've seen flashes of what he can be, but there's no surefire that's consistent at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to think of someone. JaVale McGee. JaVale McGee has highlight plays, right? But he also has bonehead plays, and I think that's what. Remember, Dwayne Casey is a good ass coach, man. You know, he's an NBA Coach of the Year. That's not that's not an award to be taken lightly at all. Well, I think he's sparing him from those moments. You know what I'm saying, those JaVale McGee moments. He's got to develop. You got to remember, he's super young. He didn't start playing the game until he's 13. So I can't really say for sure that he held him back. What up, A Rogie back in the building?
Hey, sorry about that, guys. Forgot to plug my laptop in. It said it had like 18% left and just shut off on me.
Hey, it only happens to the real ones, man.
Right.
Okafor and Jackson want Seawood contracts, so they came to play for Casey. Casey has a good track record for turning players' career. I mean, I'm as a Pistons fan, I'm happy as hell to hear that. One thing I would say about Jackson is I hope that contract's gonna be with us because what I'm saying is we're his hometown team. Although when you guys type his name in Google, it says he's from California. I'm really confused on what the hell is going on. That threw me all off.
Could have been born somewhere else and then grew up here.
Yeah, that's probably what it was.
Yeah.
My bad, real quick. Sorry, I'm going through these comments. What do you think about Saban? Saban Lee, I'm super excited about him. The only reason being is, like, if you guys watched, hold on one second. Oh, I'm still here. Did I get kicked out?
Yep.
Okay.
You're still here.
All right, my bad. Saban Lee. My bad. Someone called me, fucked me all up. Troy Weaver.
Okay.
Troy Weaver is a guy who they drafted Russell Westbrook when a lot of people were high on Kevin Love, and so the fact that he took that risk on somebody athletic and was in the college game a lot longer than he expected to be. I think that we can have something like that in Saban Lee. I apologize, I got so thrown off right there with the call, but yeah.
No, you're all good. I agree. Troy Weaver drafts stars. That's what he's known for. That's his calling card. That's who he is. He drafts stars. He was in OKC when they drafted Russell Westbrook, James Harden, and Kevin Durant. So this guy drafts true stars. So when you look at Saban Lee, when I watch his game in college, the dude is an assassin. You hand him the ball and he dunks over the dude. That's what he does. Literally.
I think you were watching with J-Mo and me the other night too, man. Like he was dunking that bitch and he was shooting the ball too, man.
Yeah, he's good. He's no joke good. The dude is the modern NBA, is what he is. If you want to know what Saban Lee is, he's the modern NBA. Dude can dunk it. The dude can shoot it. The dude's fast as hell. He's just a great point guard. He really is.
Yeah, definitely.
But, I don't see a lot of passing from him.
Yeah. And like when I saw him, and I don't know why. Maybe it's like, and I'm not saying he's going to be Russell Westbrook, but that's what I got. Like it reminded me of a young Russell Westbrook. A bit. Devin99 says Siakam going to be way better than these names are so fucking hard to say. Like
Sekou is going to be way better than Siakam.
Yeah, Sekou going to be better than Siakam. I mean, maybe, bro. I mean, he's definitely more athletic.
So.
Yeah,
I think so. Wasn't he drafted higher? Siakam was far more of a project than Sekou.
Yeah.
That's why he won. That's why he won most improved, is because the dude wasn't good when he started. Like, you know what I mean? Like no one really anticipated him to be who he was. Everyone's anticipating Sekou to be Siakam or better.
Yeah,
because he's under that same coach.
I definitely want to pump the brakes a little bit because I just don't want to like. That's when you end up hating players, right? You put these high expectations on them, and they don't
live up to That's why I'm just trying to ride it out too. But we do know all this information, though. You know what I mean? So it's hard not to kind of jump on it. But I totally feel
you. C. Gerald says they got centers that can fill the spot without it being a big deal to give those minutes to Stewart when he takes them. As soon as it fill the spot without it being a big deal to give those minutes. Stewart like taking this. I mean, maybe I'm gonna pump brakes on him a little bit just because, like, from what I saw in practice, he's still gonna be dope, though, man. He's gonna get some minutes at some point in the season.
I think what that comment was really trying to say is the fact that we just got some like nobodies to kind of just fill the role in while we're waiting for Isaiah to fill that spot. And I don't think that's true at all. I think people are really sleeping on what Mason Plumlee offers this team and what Jahlil Okafor brings offensively, so yeah. I don't know. I truly think Pacey looks at it as Jahlil Okafor is like, oh, here's another project. We just didn't get him from the draft. He was just on another team. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you look at a guy like Mason Plumlee and he's like, oh, here's a veteran we can put on our team right now, ready to go, so. Yeah.
To be honest, I don't know that Okafor is as much as a project. I think I like Okafor a lot. I think he'd be productive. I just don't know that's in the starting role.
Yeah. No, I don't think he's going to be in the starting role. I think he's a great addition off the bench. I think look at what we had before. We had Zaza Pachulia coming off the bench. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was no youth, there was no spark, there was no nothing. Now for him to be coming off the bench, I think that's a great pickup right there.
I have a fun one for you. Just because Steve-O asked who's number 13. I think Steve-O might be picking on us a little bit, trying to get us to announce his name, but it's you may know this, man, because I know you're heavy into this.
Doritas?
No, it's Musa. But I can't. I don't know how to say
it. I don't know his first name. I forget it.
DAZN. I cannot pronounce that first name, man. You can see dog in all their eyes. All four of them going to be good. Bro, I think, like, facts, bro. I feel that way, man. Especially about Stewart. Like I said, I'm pumping the brakes of Stewart's rookie year, but I see the dog in him, bro, when I watch him play, man. 1,000%. I see the dog in him too, man. Saddiq Bey, the dog, not so much, but you know what I like that I see from Saddiq Bey when I listen to his interviews and whatnot?
Poise.
I do that, man, bro. The way he speaks about the game and just practicing and getting better, man. It's just only the greats. Like, I mean, obviously people say that because it's like what you want to hear in an interview when they're talking to like the media and stuff like that. But like, you hear the passion like in his voice. You know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty sure he was voted the best small forward in college last year at his position. He was voted the best player. Yep,
bro. Man, yeah.
He's very, and then you hear Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin did an interview, and he was kind of talking about Saddiq Bey, and they already worked out together. And Saddiq went out there to meet Blake and stuff like that. And that's the only rookie Blake has met so far, and he's had nothing but great things to say about Saddiq. Just his game is so complete. He's just the guy. Like, so I have really good expectations for Saddiq.
Speaking of Saddiq, I don't think we got to see much of him in this clip, man. I'm not seeing. It says his number 41. Maybe that's his college number. Maybe it's changed to league. But have you peeped him out in this clip yet?
That's him right there. He's right in front of us. He's the guy that was just guarding Rodney Magruder.
Okay. I'm gonna run it back there real quick.
Kind of see his little defense. You see his defensive prowess right there.
Oh, I see him right there. He's 45. Yeah. Right?
Is that him? No, that's Sekou.
That's I'm tripping.
Yeah, you'll see him in a second. He's right there.
Oh, that's him. Yeah, he's right the fuck. Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize, guys. I apologize for the F4 too. People don't like swearing. Yeah, guys, I swear on my show. If you guys don't do that, please comment. Let me know. Like if that's something I should limit. But then again, it's my show, so fuck y'all. No, don't fuck you guys. Thank you for hit the like button, share, subscribe for sure. Subscribe, man. We trying to hit that 1K. Siakam had a better rookie year than Giannis. Sekou had a better rookie year than Giannis. Siakam and Casey was holding him back last year. He wasn't holding him back though. Like guys.
No, I know it.
You know what I'm saying?
Easy's gonna say he didn't want him to have those JaVale McGee moments, and that's true. He really didn't want. Casey couldn't have said it enough times yesterday. If you guys listen to the broadcast and the interviews and stuff, Casey literally said he just doesn't want this guy out there making mistakes and looking like making rookie mistakes and stuff out there when they're trying to get something going. So they were just trying to develop him more last year.
He can start playing till he's 13. Shout out to Everything King, bro. I watch your channel, so that's trippy to see you.
Oh yeah, I love Everything's King's channel. Shout out Everything King. Great Detroit Lions content. Great everything content. Detroit sports.
You, man. Hit the subscribe button, bro. I want to see you here a lot more, man. If you want, actually,
I was just telling you earlier, Easy, that I've been watching Everything King's videos for a minute now.
Me too, man. He's quick with the news too.
Right? Yeah, he is. He is. He's the first. Whenever I'm thinking something, I'll go on his thing, and he's like saying exactly what I'm thinking.
C. Gerald says, look like he's out the 70s. Sadiq look like he's out the 70s. LOL. Oh.
He does. He really. That was the first thing I thought about him. I'm like, this nigga look like he a disco motherfucker.
Shout out to M. Witty. M. Witty's back in the building. I got the comment floating over his head. I apologize for that, but
my dog got it. So in the subdivision, the house next to us, there's like 3 ducks that are underneath their deck, and this dude just hopped the fence to chase the ducks in the middle of the freaking dark. I had to go chase him. He was literally like playing cat and mouse with me in my front yard. Like he was like, "Come and get me, bitch! Come and get me!" And he wouldn't come in the house. It was so frustrating. But he's good. He's back. So.
Wait, the duck?
Max. No.
The dog. Okay.
Yeah, he got under the fence or over the fence, and he's literally sitting in the front yard when I go outside to like find him. He's like sitting there looking at me, and then he starts like playing like cat and mouse. I was like, bro, come on. Juking the shit out of me.
Bro, you was breaking your ankles out there.
He was, I swear. My Yeezys were all dirty.
Siakam wasn't ready last year. Thank you, Joe Paul. Someone with some damn sense, man. That's one thing I would say about myself. The reason why I'm more excited about this Pistons season is like I'm not a slappy because I haven't been this excited for the Pistons in a long time. So I know the shit's gotta be like legit, man. Like, but shout out to Joe Polo, his channel too, man. Siakam wasn't ready last year, and I agree. That's why he wasn't held back. He just wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. Kevin Hart boys. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you, brother, man. Thanks for tapping in.
You, brother.
Oh yeah, I commented. I don't know if I went through or not. I commented my Instagram. If you want, you can hop in with us, man.
Yeah, hell yeah, that'd be awesome.
I'll shoot you the link. Telling him to sit in the corner and shoot threes is holding him back. You don't know what he's being told though.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think he's being told a lot more than that. I promise. I think he is.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's an NBA head coach, man. He's not just going to tell you can only do like these 2 things, man.
And he's not a great 3-point shooter. So like,
is like.
What were you saying, Mike?
I think Sekou is like the epitome of versatility. So I don't think that's what.
In case he's not a good 3-point shooter. So why would you tell somebody who's a 25% 3-point shooter to shut up and shoot threes? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, he's got to develop, man. I think that we got to be wary of that. We got to and that's what I'm saying, man. I don't want to end up like hating these dudes. I want the fan base to hate these dudes because other people are putting these expectations on them. When it's like you got to be real about it, man. Like, dude's young, dude's raw.
If you look at his practice, like how he practices and stuff, he's gonna be a great 3-point shooter, especially for his position. Like he's not gonna be like a great 3-point shooter in comparison to the NBA, but for a power forward or a small forward, he's gonna be an excellent 3-point shooter. His debut at the training center of the Pistons when he got drafted last year, I'm pretty sure he showed up and hit like 18 threes in a row or something like that. So the dude can shoot threes.
That's what I was say earlier. Like, remember I said the JaVale McGee moments. He just needs to develop the consistency, maybe. I think we saw.
Yeah, that's what the NBA is. It's all consistency.
He's growing into his body still too.
Yeah,
and he doesn't have that basketball muscle memory yet. He doesn't have that like just easiness to just get out there and make plays basketball wise. He doesn't have all that IQ yet because, like you said, he started when he was 13. You know what I'm saying? Like He wasn't from a basketball family. He didn't know basketball till he was freaking a teenager.
Yeah, and like Mike said, he commented earlier that he grew to 6'10" over the offseason, and like Mike said, he's growing into his body as well.
He's only, what, 19?
And just from that information we just got, that makes so much sense why they would pay Mason Plumlee, who does come from a basketball family and who does have extremely high basketball IQ and can teach someone like Sekou the ins and outs of basketball. You know what I'm saying? So
Joe Polo says in Sekou Media Day, he said, we'll be able to see a huge difference in his game. He said,
I remember him saying that.
We gonna see.
That's exactly what played in my head too. I got babies watching babies, guys. I'm right back one more time.
Oh, hey boys, I'm about to hop off. I'm gonna start my stream back up here and get some games in. It was a pleasure chatting with you. Danny, hit me up later. I want to get something scheduled with you. All right.
All right, bet. Well, shit, man. You guys want to wrap this up then?
I don't care.
It's up to you, brother.
Yeah, I probably.
It was good meeting you, man.
Yeah, bro. Take it easy. Subscribe to MBD on Twitch. I'm out of here, boys. Peace.
I will definitely.
Yeah, see you guys. If you guys haven't already, please hit the subscribe button here too at the Speakeasy Sports, man. We'll be talking Pistons. We'll be talking this Wednesday, man. I'm hoping to get other YouTubers from other outlets, man. I want to talk to guys from other teams. I'm hopefully get a Suns guy on. I'm gonna get a New York guy on. We have Pistons talk here too, man. I feel he represents the D well, so I'm definitely gonna have him on that panel as well. Hey, Rogie, man, I might have you on too, man. We'll get it going. Yeah. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do our top 10 teams from each conference. I only say top 10 because this year there may be that play-in. And then I think we're going to do Rookie of the Year, which I'm going to be super biased. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm probably
it's going to be one of the 4 Pistons.
Yeah. Speaking of Pistons talk, he's going to be on the panel. Like I say, he represents the D really well, so I'm excited to have him on the panel. But yeah, we're going to give our Rookies of the Year.
Excited to be here.
Top 10 on each side. MVP, just shit like that, man. Any other thing that you guys could think of to sprinkle in, we'll definitely put it in. Devin99, let me get his 2 cents in real quick. He says Siakam has the most potential on the team, and it's not even close. Hopefully, Casey doesn't have him sit in the corner shooting threes. I mean, Siakam definitely has probably the most potential because of his body, like Kevin Durant, LeBron James, like the best guys in this league are bigger body guys. So
the dude looks like a GT version of Kevin Durant to me. Like, if you look at this dude, he's freaking jacked. Like, he's tall, long, and jacked. Like, it's crazy.
I saw him too. He was chilling with Kevin Durant in the offseason.
Yeah, he was. That often happens, like little mini passes of the torches and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Sekou is a freaking off-brand Kevin Durant right now. He don't got the game of him, but you get the same length and versatility as a Kevin Durant on the court. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, and I agree, Devin99. He has the most potential. You know what I'm saying? That's potential. It's not there yet. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't like if he is like what like you're selling him as, he'd be a star on this team, man. We just gotta be real about it. He's developing. Right.
If he actually had the skills when he was getting drafted, he would have been top 3. You know what I mean? He would have been the first overall pick. He would literally he has that body style. Like
Pistons talk says RIP to KD hairline.
Sekou got that little better hairline.
Yeah, he does for sure. Sekou and Killian be swagging, man.
But, they do. They're swag. They got a lot of swag. Yeah.
Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram. Please, if anything, hit the subscribe button on this video here. I'm here with my cousin, Rogie. We're going to be doing this a lot more often, man. I'll get you going, too, on some of this basketball tip and definitely the Detroit stuff all day.
Okay, man. I appreciate you having me out here for the first time.
1,000%, man. Hey, I'm going to tap it out, guys. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.